cockpit. The pin that latches the anchor locker is just gone. Footage because I was getting washed pretty bad. Like I feel like I've been swimming. I'm soaked in salt water. Elena asked me if I have. It is December of 2019 as the girls of WildChild are trying to make their way south from St. Martin to Goudaloupe. You would think that being southbound, the steady trade winds from the east would mean they would be on a beam reach, but no such luck today. After an entire day of pounding into it, the girls are getting tired. This is Montserrat in the distance. We are on a schedule, so we don't have time to stop and explore, but I hear there's an entire city buried under ash from the last volcano eruption. We begin to settle in, preparing for another night at sea. As always, I take the helm until as late as I can stay awake, usually around 11 p.m. or midnight, and then I can't do it anymore. Elena sleeps while I have the helm, and then at midnight she relieves me for the midnight to 4 a.m. shift so I can sleep. This is the routine. The next morning, we're both a little tired, but the seas are calmer. I realize for you guys that waves never show up on camera, but you can't see how big that is. You really can't tell. But it is some spectacular and sporty sailing right now. We're sailing like beam reach, 2-meter waves, 17 over 7, and just washing her. Oh shit. Uh-oh, look at the anchor. Uh-oh, this can't be good. The anchor is no longer on the bow roller. The anchor locker has come open and it's trying to dump all of the chain over the side. This is a bad scene. Somebody has to go fix that. This is not a safe situation, and it will not be safe for me to crawl up under the bow of the boat in these sailing conditions. As you can see, it's pretty wet up there. It's getting washed. This is going to suck, every level of suck, but somebody has to go deal with this, and that somebody is going to be the captain. It's going to be me, whether I want to or not. So, mission number 1, the jerry cans have fallen. I think the board is breaking. Mission number 2, secure anchor locker. And it is sporty up here. Well, this isn't going terribly well. Can't get the anchor back on the bow roller. It's sporty up here. I gotta fix that. Alright, I'm safely back in the cockpit. The pin that latches the anchor locker is just gone. I'm glad I tied the top of my rock nut to my front rails. Otherwise we would have been dragging it and it would have fallen out. Always like double, triple secure your anchor. I wasn't able to get a lot of footage because I was getting washed pretty bad. Like I feel like I've been swimming. I'm soaked in salt water. Elena asked me if I had a nice bath when I got back. That's how wet I am. But the anchor anchor's resecured and we've only got 10 miles to go. That was not fun. Ah, sailing life. So majestic and romantic from a distance. I'm usually always quite bored when I'm sailing, so I always figure why not troll a lure. I'm not a very good fisher girl and not good at catching stuff, but look at this, how exciting! We finally caught something. The problem is, it's just another barracuda. The barracuda in the Caribbean have picked up a neurotoxin from eating the fish that eat the reefs. It's called cicatera. If you eat a contaminated barracuda with cicatera, there's a chance that you could get the nerve toxin. The locals call it the fish sickness. Basically, your muscles and your bones hurt like hell for 2 months. I figure sailing's hard enough without having to try to do it with a nerve toxin in your body. I always throw the barracuda back. It's not worth the risk. So, sailing, is sailing. There are good days and bad. There's a reason I'd always would rather go slowly in light winds and comfortably than go fast in strong winds and nasty seas, because it takes a toll on you. Ellen and I are both exhausted. Neither one of us has slept. We're, 24 hours in. It's 1 to 2 meter waves. They're poundy, they're confused, they're disorganized, we're miserable. Wow, look at that. We can't eat, we can't sleep. You're flexing your stomach muscles constantly trying to brace against it. We've decided to shorten the trip a bit. There's a place on Goudaloupe, like the nearest possible place we can anchor, called Deschênes. It's about 16 nautical miles away. We're just going to go there and drop the hook. We need to eat and sleep. We're exhausted. It's because we're sailing into it. We're on a beam reach now, but we've been sailing into it for the last 23 hours. And it just was so smashy. WildChild's running out of wind, so we just put the engine on. We're going to motor sail in because it looks like there's some rain coming. We got to get behind that mountain to the right. Tuck in, there's a bay. Being the fabulous captain that I am, I could see the storm approach, and I knew that we would get spanked if we tried to keep our sails up underneath the clouds. So the good news is, we were sails away and motor on when it hit us. No spanking for the girls today. But being the purist that I am, I wouldn't want to motor an entire 5 miles to get in. So I raised the sails as soon as the storm passed. Because hey, we're a sailboat, not a motorboat. Welcome to Deschênes, Goudaloupe.